Of COVID tests connected to
one.
Not be able to
are spreading in summer camps in Western Ohio. Brittany Bailey with ONN affiliate WBNS TV in Columbus has more.
Health officials say if unvaccinated campers or staff members are indoors together, it's time to mask up and practice social distancing. And we also should turn to things that we've used in the past: rapid testing, hand washing, and avoiding large groups to limit exposure. The best defense is getting vaccinated if you're eligible. And of course, right now, children younger than 12 are not eligible. I'm Brittany Bailey.
To the southeast of Columbus in Lancaster, a man is behind bars accused of killing his own brother yesterday. Here's ONN's Clay Gordon.
Police say 49-year-old Leon Gilmore shot and killed his older brother Jesse Gilmore. Shooting happened at an apartment. Leon Gilmore is charged with the murder. I'm Clay Gordon.
The state attorney prosecuting the Columbus police killing of Andre Hill in December has opposed the former officer's request for the trial to be moved.
Assistant Attorney General Anthony Pearson filed a motion opposing ex-Columbus officer Adam Coy's request for the trial to be moved to another county in order to convene a fair and impartial jury. The defense argued last month extensive publicity about the killing of Andre Hill will make it impossible to convene a fair jury in Franklin County, but the state says the change of location would unnecessarily consume resources and time. Daniel Barnett, ONN News.
And I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Live and local conversation for the Ohio Valley continues shortly, here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local, just the way you like it.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project with 11% off everything. Elevate the look of your home with 6 complimenting finishes of Schlage lock sets. Right now, save 11% on all Schlage Passage, Privacy, entry lock sets, and deadbolts. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through July 24th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards. Your child's teeth and gums need the right nutrition and care to grow strong and stay healthy. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
This is a big deal. Now, at healthcare.gov, millions more people can afford health coverage. Due to the COVID relief law, 4 out of 5 customers can get a plan for under $10 a month with financial help. From doctor visits to preventive services to prescription drugs, these are quality plans. You can do this. You can have coverage as soon as August 1st if you sign up now at healthcare.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
From the Watchdog, here is your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. Mostly sunny with a few clouds later in the day, high of 84. Tonight, clear skies and a low of 63. And for your Tuesday, expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 86. And that's your local weather forecast from the Watchdog.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
I'm not a Monday guy. I'm not crazy about it either. I also don't like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays.
Are you ready to go?
Warning you, I'm seriously stressed out here.
You always drink like this so early in the morning?
Isn't it a bit early in the day for the bottle? Even for you?
Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
Make the radio call.
It's time to get up.
It's time to hear that pop.
It's taking self-destruct in 5 seconds.
We are go for launch.
Grab a cup of coffee or your favorite breakfast beverage and listen or watch the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe during the 100 Days of Summer.
And we are off and running another week here in the 100 Days of Summer. It's 61 degrees and foggy at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 62 and overcast here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. And it's 62 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley, looking for mainly clear skies today. And that's good. That'll be when the fog and the overcast gets away. And not much to worry about as far as the rain goes either. So I guess that's a good day. Going to be a cooler day than, 84 is going to be the predicted high, so it's a cooler morning this morning, but 84, about where we've been much of the last couple of weeks. Weather-wise, that's what you have to look forward to. If I want to talk about, how the weekend went and stuff, but a story just crossed my desk, and just sometimes I shake my head, I just shake my head. The fact, first of all, that we even have stories, that the news actually, carries stories about this is, to me, fascinating. Apparently, there are new emojis being made. Those little funny faces and figures and things on your iPhone or your tablets that you can use to, just to populate your text messages. The smiley face and the frowny face and the clown face and the surprise face or whatever, the emojis. And so there are new ones coming up. It fascinates me. We're doing a story about it. It fascinates me. There is something called the Emojipedia. The Emojipedia, which is like a Wikipedia of emojis. World Emoji Day is coming. And with World Emoji Day, they're going to announce all of these new emojis. And so we've had draft versions of them. They include things like a cup pouring liquid. Okay, I guess that's like, having a drink at morning coffee or something, I suppose. And mine's pretty good this morning. Bubbles, all right. Disco ball, playground slide, all right, I get that. I often will say something like, to his parents, we're taking Teddy to the playground, so a little play. All right, I get those. I get those. They're also trying to make the emojis more racially and ethnically sensitive, and you can already change the facial color of your emojis and so on, skin tone, etc. So they're gonna work harder on that, and they're trying to be more gender inclusive. And I understand that's the world we live in. But here's the one that gets me, Biff. They're going to have a pregnant man emoji. Now, in what circumstance would you use the pregnant man emoji? Because no man can ever get pregnant. Why? I mean, I'm trying to picture the context in which you would be texting someone and you'd use a pregnant man emoji. I mean, can you conceive of any example where someone might use a pregnant man emoji?
No.
No. I get the gender inclusiveness. I get there are going to be a variety of different things, but the pregnant man emoji. I suppose it has something to do with transgender and so on, but I just don't think the man is pregnant. I mean, when a woman is pregnant, the significant other sometimes goes through feelings of pregnancy. I mean, that's a scientifically studied thing. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if you say, hey, I want you all to know that my wife is pregnant, and then you put a pregnant man emoji. I don't know. I saw that and I thought, come on. Pregnant man emoji? Everything else I get. I get the skin tone. I get the gender inclusiveness in general. I get adding new emojis. I find it fascinating that this is actually a story that, it sat out there in a newscast over the weekend. But still, and some of these are a little more feeling oriented. There's going to be a new emoji with like a heart on fire. I guess that's my heart burns for you. A bandaged heart. My heart is broken for you. Couple of updates to the couple kissing, the couple with heart emojis, but pregnant man. That's the one that I couldn't. And I felt I need to start talking about it just right away because some of these things hit me and I go, come on, people. The pregnant man emoji. 7:16 Watchdog Morning Show here on a Monday morning. I didn't do much this weekend, Biffy, because I had the dental surgery on Friday. Actually, my periodontist who did this, I don't want to get a whole into it, but they did the planing and the scraping, and if you've ever gone through that, there's nothing pleasant about that. And then pulled several teeth, nothing pleasant about that. But she was very good. Anytime she felt like I was going, a little bit too much, zip, a little more Novocaine in there. So, it really was not a horrible experience, but it's also not a pleasant experience. And you come home and you can't eat. My weekend, Biff, has consisted of pudding packages and tomato soup. That's all I've had. And that, you know me, but that doesn't work for me. I mean, I keep wanting real food. I think maybe today I can go down the real food line. I'm not sure, but all I had all weekend, chocolate pudding in little pudding cups, and tomato soup. I haven't had that much tomato soup in a long time. In fact, I ate all the tomato soup here in the house at my wife's house. I said, go get some more. Because I had to have something. So that was my weekend. I wish there was anything exciting, Biffy.
I watched a lot of the golf over the weekend. That was exciting. And other than that, really not too much. Just kind of took it easy.
Certainly, this weekend was a great reminder that we are coming out of the pandemic and heading into something hopefully better. Not Intel today, WTRF this morning says that They had a very successful Wheeling Heritage Port car show yesterday. Over 100 shiny cars were on hand for the 18th annual, but first of this year and first in a couple of years, I guess, car show. So that's good. Car show did well. I understand Blame My Roots out in St. Clairsville area did very, very well. I have not attended it. I probably will never attend it. I never attended Jamboree in the Hills for more than once or twice in the opening days, just as a reporter covering this brand new event way back then. But it looks to me, from what I've been reading, seeing, and hearing, Biff, that Blame My Roots maybe is finally getting, I shouldn't say finally, but is getting hold of things and is putting on a pretty good show. All that I read, saw, and heard is it was a pretty good event.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. That's what we like to see, and hopefully, if they have it again next year, it'll just keep getting a little bit bigger and bigger.
Yeah, the crowds I saw again on video, on Facebook, there were people taking pictures, and some of the coverage from the TV stations on the crowds looked like they were pretty good. Performers were pretty good. I mean, we're not talking about Brad Paisley, but really some pretty good performers. And so, congratulations to Blame My Roots for hopefully another good year, and for I think maybe having passed the will they make it line and keep on going. So Blame My Roots this weekend, the car show this weekend. There was a festival downtown. It was an Indian festival, and I think they call it the Chariot Festival or something. And they had some Indian food, and they had I think they had a parade downtown and so on. So first of the festivals is coming back. I was excited this weekend. Guess what I got in the mail, Biffy?
What's that?
My invitation to the Chili Fest to be a cook, to be a judge again.
Yeah, that's coming up here, August 7th.
August the 7th, and I was very excited. I got my invite in the mail, so once again, I'll be judging the restaurant category, the chili cook-off. But that's exciting. It's to know that it's coming back and that I'm going to be there again. I'm looking forward to chili. So that's good. And the Italian Festival is coming up this weekend.
Yes, it is. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 23rd to the 25th.
We'll talk a lot more about it tomorrow. Bob Trevieri is coming in to help us chat about that. But the Italian Festival is coming up, the granddaddy of all the festivals. So a few little changes this year, but it's going to be the old Italian Festival back again. So I think, Biff, I mean, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago that we've started to see a real resurgence of activity downtown and elsewhere. And I just think it's really picking up. Blame My Roots this weekend, Italian Festival next weekend, August the 7th, the Chili Fest, the car show was held this weekend. I think, excitingly enough, we're back in business, don't you?
We are certainly getting back to business.
And I'm very excited about that. So that's just kind of a little thought about the weekend. My weekend was, I watched West Wing all weekend long. I came home, my mouth was sore, popping Tylenol, and I don't want to talk to you about the blood coming out or anything. So I just was laying around the house all day Friday, and I just wanted something on TV that I could kind of half pay attention to and half be in my bed of misery. So I turned on the West Wing. I should never do that. I love the West Wing. And it doesn't make any difference where I start watching it. I just picked an episode out of the blue. Let's watch this one. And I can't stop watching. And that one rolls into the next one, and that one rolls into the next one, and the next one, and the next one. I spent Friday, Saturday, and Sunday just watching West Wing all day and all night. Love it, though. I love it. So that was my weekend. All right, 7:22, 22 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Biffy, when we come back, I want to talk about the Black National Anthem. And I have mixed feelings about what the NFL has said they're going to do. So we'll talk about that coming up. COVID is increasing all across the country. I want to pass along some numbers to you on that. And the Kentucky Public Service Commission dealt a real blow to the future of the Mitchell plant in Marshall County. I'll just give you a quick preview of that. We'll talk more about it in detail later on. So that's a bit of what I have straight ahead here on the Watchdog Morning Show. 61 at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 62 here at my home studio, 62 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley.
Hi, it's Hoppy Kirchville. Join me weekdays at 10 o'clock for Talkline. We'll talk about the big...
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tab, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Menards is your complete bathroom headquarters. We have what you need to give your bathroom a fresh, new look from top brands. Browse our large selection of Sterling showers, tubs, surrounds, and glass doors to fit your style. All Sterling tubs and showers are 11% off at Menards. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through July 24th. Savings or mail-in rebates. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection.
I'm Josh from Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. I hope you are staying healthy. We continue to respond to structural, fire, and water emergencies. We are combating COVID-19 with our highly trained staff and latest disinfection systems, providing preventative and reactive disinfection to facilities around the region, while working with area hospitals on isolation areas and air filtering. At Panhandle, we continue to follow social distancing and hygiene protocols. We are dedicated to our community, and together, we will get through this.
Attorney Tom McIntyre.
Life. It may knock you down, but you don't have to stay that way. I'm Tom McIntyre. I'm a bankruptcy attorney, and I'm here to help you. Give us a call, and we'll send you a copy of my free book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's an interesting read, and it'll explain bankruptcy to you like no other book does. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Call Thomas E. McIntyre and Associates at 304-232-8600. Allow us to help put you back on the road to financial success.
Dominating both AM and FM, the Watchdog is AM 1600 and 1370. FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog.
Miss a part of the show? Want to hear a segment again? Check out our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
If you have something you want to offer to the program, simply text me, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600 is the text line. I'm going to open the CityNet hotline, I think in the 8:30 segment, a chance for us to call and talk and chat with like actual voices as opposed to text. So if you have something you want to talk about, be prepared to do that. 61 degrees at the airport, 62 here at my home studio, 62 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Biff, the NFL says is bringing back a lot of the social justice messages they were doing last year, including some on-field signage about the issue of racism, decals on players' helmets. The NFL says they want to reinforce their 10-year, $250 million commitment to continue to combat systemic racism. And I'm perfectly I'm more than okay with it. I think it's a very positive thing to do. Now they're getting a lot of flack. There are a lot of NFL fans. Biff, you may be one of them. I don't know, who says that just play the game, stop trying to make social justice messages. But the NFL notes that black players make up 60% of the league. And the Commissioner Goodell says the NFL can't afford to ignore its players' concerns, and the players do show deep concern over racial justice issues. So that's the motivation behind it. They're going to have, over the PA announcement, public service announcement about racism and so on. That's all okay. The one thing that I can't quite put my head around, whether it's a good idea or not, the NFL is going to continue the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Now, here's where I'm a little confused, because the story I'm looking at says they'll do it at their flagship events. And I don't know what flagship events mean. I mean, to me, that would be a Super Bowl or a major game of some kind. But the headline says NFL will play Black National Anthem at all games in 2021.
I would think the big games, other than the Super Bowl, would be the one that's coming up, which would be the Hall of Fame game.
Right.
That would be one, and maybe, which could be the other one, would be the Pro Bowl, which is the NFL's All-Star game. That's their version of the All-Star game. Yeah. So other than those three right there, I mean, I wouldn't think of any other time.
Flagship event.
Flagship event or any other big game that they would play it for.
And if that's where they go with this, I'm okay. I think it's a very positive thing to roll in the concerns that the players themselves have, and to take knowledge of racism and racial justice. I'm big on that. I'm okay with that. I'm not sure, and I know I'll get in trouble for saying this, I'm not sure that you need the Black National Anthem at every game. I think it's important to make a point, and so at key events, maybe flagship events, to use the phrase here in this studio, in this story, but if the headline is right, they're going to play the Black National Anthem at all games in 2021. That strikes me as maybe going a little bit overboard. But I know I'll get in trouble for saying that, and it's just instinct that tells me that. I have no problem with all the other stuff, but I know they're going to get huge flack, Biffy, from spending a good bit of time and a huge amount of money. I mean, that's $250 million they're going to be spending over 10 years on messages about racism. So I don't know.
I think I know a lot of people were upset with some of the stuff that the NFL did, and I don't know how many people actually went through with it, but I know there are people out there that said, we're not going to watch the NFL again because of what they've done. But I just think the way things are now, I think the NFL is going to turn again if they're going to do this again this year, like you said they are, I think they're going to turn a lot more people away again because people don't want politics mixed in with their sports. They don't want it. And if the NFL does do all this, I think you're going to see, more and more people that just aren't, they're not going to watch the NFL or whatever.
Yeah, and I think that is, we will hear that. I still tend to believe that people who enjoy the NFL they're going to grumble and yell and complain, but they're going to keep on watching. I mean, it's so ingrained in people. I just have a hard time believing that they're going to not watch because of politics. They may not like it, and they may grumble the whole time something occurs, and they may talk about it at the bar. Biff, it's kind of like when no smoking began in Ohio County. Remember that? What's it been, 10, 15 years ago? How long has it been now?
Yeah, at least.
And everybody said, there were people, well, I'll tell you what, I will never again ever go into a bar if they won't let me smoke. And I said at the time, and I was proven right, no, you don't go to a bar to smoke. You go to a bar to have beer. You go to a bar to watch TV and chat with your friends. You go to a bar to have snacks. Part of that is also smoking, but you don't go to the bar to smoke. And so you'll yell, complain, and grumble, but then eventually you will go and not smoke because you don't go there to smoke. I think the same thing here about the NFL and the Black National Anthem and social justice messages. People will grumble about it. I don't think they'll walk away from the NFL. We'll find out. I guess we'll find out. But I just think if they're going to play the Black National Anthem, which I think is fine, it's a good song, and it has important meaning, and it certainly resonates with many of their players, by all means do that at the Super Bowl or at other special events, flagship events, to use the phrase here. I don't know that it's something you need to do with every game.
Well, I mean, they'll probably, if they do it at every game, we won't see it because
that's true too.
I don't think they'll put it on. They'll put it on TV.
Yeah, first couple times maybe, just because it's new and it's like But I think you're right. At some point, that'll become a commercial break.
Or when they might do it? I thought of another game, opening day or opening weekend or whatever.
You know what? Opening day makes sense to me. That would be okay. The first weekend or whatever. That again, it's just if they're going to do it every single game all throughout the season, that strikes me as a little bit of overkill. And you make a great point, which I hadn't thought about, Biff. They will show that for a couple of times because it's new, it's different, it's controversial. But eventually, it'll probably become a point where they cut away to commercial. Eventually, it'll just be another commercial break.
I'm sure they will. Normally, where they would play the national anthem and show it, when they come back, they'll probably say, "Hey, okay, we're gonna go to it." They'll announce it, but immediately after they make the announcement, then we'll see the commercial break before they even get to it, so that when they come back, all of a sudden you see the kicker getting ready to put the ball on the tee to kick off.
And I think, I'll get in trouble for this. I should just shut up. When you don't show the playing of the national anthem, there's a certain amount of disrespect that shows because the national anthem is, well, the national anthem, right? I don't think it is as disrespectful to say that the NFL wants to highlight this Black national anthem, lift every voice and sing, but we're not going to show it all the time. I don't think that falls into the total disrespect. I don't know. Biff, you know what? We're just walking through murky waters anymore.
And especially the NFL. I mean, they got to be careful, how they do this, and now what they show and don't show, and it's going to be interesting to see. And again, I think the Hall of Fame game is in let's say 3 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I know it's coming up real soon, so we'll have to pay attention there to see, other than the festivities, what else they do, and if they actually do show this at the Hall of Fame game.
If you want to send me some text on this, you can. 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600. The Black National Anthem and other social justice messages and images are going to be a key part of the NFL season, according to the National Football League. What do you think about that? 737, what are we going to talk about today? Kentucky Public Service Commission has denied a request for extending the closing date of the Mitchell plant. Now, if the Mitchell plant closes in 2018, as it may have to do, is there an alternative to help the local economy? Sean O'Leary from the Ohio River Valley Institute testified before the West Virginia PSC on this very subject, and he's going to join us today to offer some thoughts on what do you do if the plant closes to keep the economy alive. Nadia Romligan from West Virginia News Service will look at a new poll on how rural Americans think about taxing the wealthy. Gun violence continued to rise this weekend, multiple shootings, including in a major league ballpark. Also, how low should a noise ordinance go? What institutions do you trust? And more talk on why some restaurants still can't get workers and maybe why some are getting workers. I got it all coming up here on the Watchdog Morning Show, but first I'll have some sports for you, and that's with Billy DeFabio. He's in right after we check headlines from the Big Seven right now.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from 7 News at WTRF, My Ohio Valley, and ABC Ohio Valley. Only on AM 1600 WKKX. The Watchdog.
Good Monday morning, Ohio Valley. I'm Stephen Ruffin with your 7 News headlines. With back-to-school season right around the corner, a new campaign is underway in the Mountain State. Through the I Got Vaxxed competition, schools are now competing to see who can get the most vaccinated students, faculty, and staff. The grand prize is $5,000 that will be awarded to one high school, middle school, and elementary school across the state. Those winners will be announced this October. Wetzel County residents have watched a slip grow and grow on a major highway, but it's about to be fixed thanks to the state legislator. Division of Highways will begin to make the repairs on West Virginia Route 7 near New Martinsville starting today. The funding comes from an additional $150 million in funding approved by the legislature after the governor pushed for it. District 6 engineer Tony Clark says the work should be finished as soon as next month. Also on the to-do list is sidewalk reconstruction in Beach Bottom starting this morning. Both High and 4th Street will be closed during the day for the entire weeks between 7 and 5. The alternate route is West Virginia 2 to River Road. A new bill hopes to make Ohio the latest state to make marijuana legal. Democrats in the legislature would allow anyone at 21 years and older to buy and possess pot. It would also seal the records of those who have former marijuana convictions. Republicans are also on board and are introducing their own cannabis plan, although they aren't releasing any details. Now let's look at your headlines. Have a great day, everyone.
At PNC Park Sunday, the Pirates blew a 6-0 lead as the visiting New York Mets rallied to beat the Buccos 7-6. But the good news, the Pirates win the series 2-1. How about Saturday night? The Mets blew a 6-0 lead. The Pirates rallied to win on a Jacob Stallings grand slam walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth to win 9-7. The Bucks in action tonight. They're out west. They visit the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 1 of a 3-game series. In golf, Colin Morikawa wins the Open Championship. He will take home $2.1 million. United States Olympic men's basketball team beat Spain over the weekend in an exhibition game, 83-76. And the NBA Finals, Game 6, will be played in Milwaukee Tuesday night. The Bucks lead that best of 7, 3-2. If they record a W in that Game 6, they will win that series 4-2 and win an NBA championship, their first since 1971. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
Island Pawnbrokers is now your local firearm dealer. In a pinch? Need cash quick? See us before going to the big box stores. Paying top dollar for firearms, gold, silver, tools, coins, and electronics. Don't lose your good credit. Let us give you instant cash. Stop by 2 North Broadway Street on Wheeling Island, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Island Pawnbrokers. Stop in for instant cash.
Every weeknight at 6 p.m., join the voice of the Mountaineers, Tony Caridi, on The Watchdog. Tony informs and entertains WVU fans with the latest Mountaineer sports news. If it happens in the world of gold and blue, Tony knows about it and shares it with you. Sportsline, weeknights at 6 on The Watchdog.
Live and local for the Ohio Valley, the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Thanks for watching us on Facebook Live. If you are doing so, we're on the Facebook Live page, on my page, on the Watchdogs Facebook page. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, be sure to like us and share it. Hit the like button, hit the share button, share it to your news feed, your timeline, whatever, so more folks can get a chance to watch the show. And, of course, if you missed the show, you can always catch it on Facebook in archive forms, or you can go to our YouTube channel, the Watchdog YouTube channel, watch the archives. You can also watch us at watchdognetwork.com, where we put the whole audio or the whole video feed as well. So check that out, watchdognetwork.com. Zach Petty is with us here from the Big 7, WTRF TV. If I read your Facebook page correctly, Zach, looks like you made it home for the weekend, huh?
Yep, made it back into the Ohio Valley as I was up in the Happy Valley area in central Pennsylvania.
Saw you, in front of the Nittany Lion statue or something? What did you just had some pictures taken
the Lion
there?
Shrine.
The Lion Shrine, okay, all right. Just felt a need to do it, huh?
Yeah. It's one of those things that whenever you were a student up there, it's like, well, what are all these people taking a picture at the shrine? What are they, crazy? And then you're like, all right, well, this is kind of cool, especially since you can kind of walk around with your alumni shirt and sweatshirt on and just kind of think about all the struggles and turmoils that, oh, yes, walking past this building, this is where me and my friends had our light bulb moment of the aha moment of we figured out how to do this thermodynamics problem, and in this building we are all upset, and this is where we watched the wrestling match. Those are the bars where, we had to carry that one guy out and saw the fist fight outside, and you kind of can reminisce and think about all those things.
Now that you're a full-fledged member of the working world, important meteorologist of the Big 7, do you look back on it while you're there and go, man, how did I make it through this?
I did plenty of times, just because school was kind of hard for me. A lot of math and science courses, and certainly a lot of hours spent studying. And as I would always say, I'm just trying to pass college, grinding the gears, and put a lot of effort and hard work into that piece of paper that says that I know something that got me hired here. But I'm very proud of my Penn State upbringing and the amount of work and effort that I put in, and put that same amount of work and effort into the forecast and try to deliver the most accurate forecast for the Ohio Valley here at the 7 News. Very proud of it.
Did you have to work hard to get good grades, or did it come easy to you?
In high school, I was naturally smart. I mean, I'm still naturally smart, I think. But I had to work very hard, just because my professors, they says, okay, here's how to do A plus B. But whenever I'm going to exam you or I'm going to put on the exam question. We're going to do A cubed B squared plus CD plus G, and they want you to figure out, okay, well, what is that going to equal? And you're just kind of sitting there scratching your head, but I thought we were just doing A plus B, and I have just A plus B in my notes. So I had to do countless hours of rewriting notes and doing homework problems over, and countless hours in the offices and exam practices. Anytime the professor would host office hours, there's a group of 5 of us that would always go, that I kind of formed my junior year, because I started at a branch campus that I still keep in touch with now. I actually saw 2 of them up at State College this past weekend, but we were always there. We worked very hard, and we all made it out alive with our heads above the water. We didn't sink. We didn't drown. Because it's tough up there. There's a lot of people that go up there and like, oh, I'm going to be an engineer, I'm going to be a scientist, and then they can't make it out of the Calc 1s and 2s and the physicses. But I was able to do so, and I'm very proud of it.
Well, let me give you your Monday morning quiz.
All right.
What's the weather like today?
Well, Howard, if you're looking outside your window right now, I'm guessing you're seeing pretty foggy conditions.
Yep.
You're also probably noticing, if you're looking at your thermometer for the airport, 61. So pretty comfortable, pretty cool morning throughout the area. But once that fog burns off, it's going to be a pretty nice day for us.
So when the fog is gone, it's going to be a sunny day, or are we going to have good sunshine today? No rain too, right?
Yeah, we should be trending dry in the rain department. I don't expect to see anything in terms of rain. Maybe a stray sprinkle. One model is starting to hint at a stray sprinkle firing up for areas up into Hancock, Brooke County, maybe down into Jefferson. But I think most of us will stay relatively sun-filled. High pressures to our northwest. That's going to keep winds at the surface flowing from the northwest right around 5 miles per hour. And we have pretty dry air aloft, so I'm going to find it hard to believe if any sort of rain showers do develop. A couple clouds will start to build in as we head further along this afternoon. But a pretty fantastic day all around. If you can get out over to the Suns pool, I would probably recommend, just because we'll be maxing out thermometers in the mid-80s today.
Yeah, starting off cool, as you mentioned, 61 at the airport, 62 here at my home studios, but going to get up to around the mid-80s today, so that'll be a nice, good, warm day today.
Oh, yeah, it'll be very, very summer-esque. We'll call it just exactly what you want for summertime, especially throughout the Ohio Valley. Everyone will be able to go enjoy the city pools if they can, maybe go over to Ogilvie, go for a walk on the trails early on this morning before the high heat rolls in later on this afternoon.
How long do we get of good sunny days?
I would say mainly today, and for the first half of tomorrow, we do have a better chance for a few pop-up showers. Again, we'll consider what it is, a pop-up. So not everyone's going to see them. Some might see a few more showers than others, but I expect at least most of today, maybe the first half of tomorrow, before a better chance for some scattered showers roll in on Wednesday. We'll go from mid-80s tomorrow, low 80s on Wednesday, and then at least as of now, and I was telling Brother Biff this, he's trending pretty nice. He's going to have back-to-back weeks of possible good golf weather with mostly sunny and nice on Thursday even.
The weekend will bring, unfortunately, more rain, though.
It's trending in the bad way. If the work week's trending in the good way, it looks like all good things must come to an end, as they say. Someone high up with a lot more wisdom, I feel, has told me this. All good things must come to an end, and unfortunately that looks to be the run of fairly decent weather. Maybe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we'll continue to see some scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms. Not the best weather, but definitely could be a lot worse, Howard. We'll put it into perspective that way, right?
So today's going to be our best day. Tomorrow, not too bad a day, and then we start to get a little bit worse as the week goes on, basically.
Yep, we'll trend in that general direction. None of the days, too, Howard. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, and most of the day Wednesday. You'll have time to plan outdoor activities, but you can also plan that, hey, we might still just need to keep that umbrella in hand just in case a shower or two decides to fire up and roll through. You know what I mean?
All right. Yep, I do. Yep. So today's the best day. Get out and do something. And if you're looking outside right now, you're saying, man, it's cool and it's overcast, it's foggy, but that is going to get better here in the next few hours, right?
Oh, yeah. I expect most of that fog to be burnt off. 9 10-ish at the latest. I mean, it is pretty dense outside right now. Still looking at visibility reduced to less than a quarter mile in some areas of Belmont County, even up into Hancock and Brooke County. So just take it easy if you're heading out on the roadways or listening in to us on the radio. Just give yourself a couple extra minutes to arrive to work safely. Turn those fog beams on, your fog lights on, and give yourself ample space, because you never know what's going to cross in front of you or walk out in front of you, since all the yearlings, the baby deer and the fawns and everything are starting to pop up. So just keep a safe distance and just stay alert. That's all.
All right, sounds good. We will continue to follow the forecast at Storm Tracker 7 and on WTRF TV, and we'll get you tomorrow morning for another roundup and preview.
Sounds good, Howard. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Zach Petty
Bye.
from the Big 7 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. 7 before the hour, 7:53, 7 before 8 o'clock, 61 at the airport, 62 here at the home studios, and 62 at the Robinson Auto Group studios, downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Break time, Biffy?
We are good.
We are good. All right. Well, let me tell you what's not good. COVID cases, not good. Coronavirus cases on the rise in every single state across the country. It is driven primarily by the Delta variant, as well as the large number of people who are not vaccinated. The Surgeon General said yesterday he's concerned about what lies ahead. I'm worried about what's to come because we're seeing increasing cases among the unvaccinated in particular. And while if you are vaccinated, you are well protected against hospitalization and death, that is not true if you are not vaccinated. He says more Americans need to be convinced to get vaccinated. Governor Justice talked about that again at his briefing on Friday, the need to get more people vaccinated, in particularly more young people vaccinated. New CBS News poll came out yesterday, found that people who are not vaccinated against COVID-19 or are not fully vaccinated are the least likely to be worried about the Delta variant. I mean, that's so counterintuitive. We know that if you are vaccinated, you are probably relatively safe from the Delta variant. Right? The research is showing that the current vaccines do prevent the Delta variant from being from attacking you. It's a bad way of phrasing it, but you know what I mean. If you're not vaccinated, a totally different story, and that is where almost all of the increases in cases, the hospitalizations, and the death are coming from those who are not vaccinated. And yet, the new CBS poll found the people who are not vaccinated are the least likely to be worried about the Delta variant. I just shake my head. I still don't fully understand it. I suppose I never will. Smallpox is gone because we all were vaccinated. Polio gone because we're all vaccinated. And COVID could be gone. But it's not, because for some reason we're making a political issue out of vaccinations. I truly don't get it. Now, a lot of the problem comes, there's so much disinformation flowing out to us. I try to be a fair arbiter of info for you here about the latest on the variants, the latest on vaccines and the research and so on. But if you go to social media, it's just all filled with all kinds of misinformation. And a group that takes a look at this kind of stuff, the Center for Countering Digital Hate, says it looked at content posted on Facebook, and 12 individual accounts account for 73% of the misinformation about COVID vaccines. President Biden talked a bit about this last week, that there's so much misinformation out there, but it's only, I shouldn't say only, but it is overwhelmingly coming from 12 individual accounts. And let's be brutally honest, some of them are connected to Russia. So the misinformation is out there, but you just have to figure out how to sort through it and sift through it. I guess maybe the first thing to do is, if you're seeing something on Facebook, ask yourself, why should I believe this? Who are these people? If you see something on Facebook that doesn't sound right to you, or if it does sound right to you for that matter, go do a search and see if there's more information available. I do that all the time. You find that significantly large percentage of the information you're getting turns out not to be right, and it's easy to track down. I just don't get it. But the headline there is, every state is seeing COVID cases rise, hospitalizations rise, deaths rise. And some states are already reaching that hospital full category. That's scary stuff. Couple till the top of the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Just time to squeeze in our morning political insight, and then we'll head to ABC after that.
Here are your political insights from ABC News. Republican-controlled state legislatures continue trying to enact voting restrictions despite zero evidence of widespread fraud that would have changed the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. Pennsylvania Republican State Senator David Argall.
Our goal, and you've heard it in other states as well, is to make it easier to vote, but harder to cheat.
But voting rights activist Kendra Cochran calls it an obvious effort to target minorities who helped Democrats win Pennsylvania last year.
I feel like this is a retaliation for us showing up last year.
A federal judge on Friday ruled the DACA program protecting immigrants brought to this country illegally as children is itself illegal. A legislative effort to protect them rockets its way to the top of President Biden's already overcrowded agenda.
The preferred solution for Democrats and Republicans has long been legislation, but it gets caught up over and over again in the complicated politics around immigration reform.
ABC News political director Rick Klein. And those are your political insights. Richard Cantu, ABC News.
Just about 8 o'clock here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We'll check in with ABC for more details of all the stories making news this morning. Ohio News Network has some info for you as well. And then in the next hour, we'll talk a bit about this ruling by the Kentucky Public Service Commission that would, if it is affirmed by the West Virginia PSC as well, perhaps insist that the Mitchell plant close in 2018. What happens in Marshall County if that's the case? We'll talk about it next hour.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Up 150.
Biff, Sean O'Leary from not the Center for Budget and Policy, but the other one, should call in around 8:10. And let me look here and see. That's the only guess I've got. What I want to do in the next half hour, I've got. Hang on a second, turn my page. I may use that news service cut in the 8:40 segment, I'm not sure. You know, I just pull my own hair out. I had this show perfectly planned. I mean, I thought the day was going to be the day. I mean, every break right on target. And by 7:20, I was already 8 stories behind. I can't get it right. I don't know why. I think we've got to cut down on that opening chit-chat to get to some of it. Now, there are days we need it, of course, but I think that opening chit-chat just kills me. And because I had it perfectly planned. And now I'm looking at, just out of curiosity, let me see here. I am looking at, hold on, I'm curious. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I'm 6 stories behind where I wanted to be. Oh, well. Sean O'Leary is next, at any rate. We'll take it from there. Thanks.